DiVincenzo will throw it in. Draymond Green orchestrating. Thompson curls right. He's not open. Pass to Poole inside. Layup is up and good. He scored it with a second to go. Zaire Williams will throw it into the baseline. Waiting, looking. Throws into Bane. Bane will just chuck it down the floor. It's no good. The Warriors get the win.
Jordan Poole with the game-winning layup with a second remaining to cap a back-and-forth final minute. Warriors edge the Grizz 122-120. Steph Curry ejected from the game with 1:14 remaining in the fourth. His third career ejection, including the playoffs. Damian Lillard. 60 points on what percent from the floor, Jay?
72%.
That's not supposed to be possible if you're under 7 feet tall, and he's only about a foot shy, right? Led the Sixers to a 137-133 win over the Nets. They needed those. Excuse me. Led the Sixers. Led the Blazers to a 134-124 win over the Jazz. It was Lillard's fourth 60-point game of his career. That's tied for the third most all time. Jumped to the next story early. James Harden and Tyrese Maxey led the Sixers to a 137-133 win over the Nets in Philly. For the Sixers, it was their sixth straight, which is the second longest win streak this season. SportsCenter is presented by Progressive Insurance. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Let's go to Louis in New York.
As long as Prescott is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, they will never win a Super Bowl. He does not have that it. Like a quarterback like Joe Burrow. And that tweeter, that was the perfect thing. Call him out there. You're making $45 million a year, and you ain't doing nothing.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio. According to ESPN, the Cowboys will not retain multiple coaches. Cowboys will not bring back senior defensive assistant George Edwards, assistant defensive line coach Leon Lett, because, of course, the defense let them down so bad down this. What? Running back coach Skip Pete. Offensive line coach Joe Philbin. All those guys gone. They're among a number of coaches with expiring contracts. What does this mean, Key, for Mike McCarthy and his job security?
I'm a little shocked that Big Cat, the defensive line coach, is being let go. Former Dallas Cowboy. That's interesting to me. Skip Pete, the running back spot, the veteran running back coach in this league. Joe Philbin, former Miami Dolphin, Green Bay Packer, on the staff with Mike McCarthy in Green Bay before he took the Miami Dolphin job. I'm surprised he's let go, but who knows why they are making these changes or whatnot. When you start making changes like this and the coordinators aren't gone, it just feels like that he's being told by the coordinators they need better help at these positions from guys that are out there in the universe. That's just what it feels like. I don't think that it means anything for Mike McCarthy's job. I don't think it means anything for Dan Quinn or Kellen Moore unless they get opportunities elsewhere to become head coaches, which certainly seems like Dan Quinn may be headed in that direction. But Jerry Jones has deep pockets. He's already, I think, according to our own Jay Williams, that he is paid as the highest defensive coordinator in the NFL, and Jerry will certainly put more money to retain him on top of the table.
See, Key, that's the conversation with me about, what do you do about your OC and your DC? And the questions, if there aren't questions around Mike McCarthy now, you still understand how important Dan Quinn is to your team's ultimate success, because nobody questions the defense, right? Defense is a little bit of a up and down, but, their defense for the most part has been a top-ranked defense in the NFL. So how do you retain that? And, ultimately, what's your budget around that coaching staff?
Man, I ain't got no budget. I got so much money.
Unlimited budget, Key?
He's paying him, what, $9 million, close to $9 million a year to be a DC, according to reports?
Yeah.
That's
the money in the NFL, because there's a salary cap for the players, will find its way onto the field from competitive owners who want an advantage, right? That's when the coaches get paid. That happened in the NBA when they got all the new TV money. Remember that, Jay? All of a sudden, the coaches' salaries exploded because you can only allow to pay the players so much, but teams still want an advantage.
Yeah, but in the NFL, new money hadn't even kicked in yet.
Yep.
That kicks in another year, I think, year or two. And so when that money kicks in, imagine. So Jerry already knows if he wants to keep Dan Quinn, he can make him offer he can't refuse to go be a head coach.
So meantime, some more Cowboys drama. Micah Parsons denies throwing shade at Dak Prescott on Twitter. In response to a video of Bills general manager Brandon Beane pointing out the limitations of the salary cap and the financial advantages that teams with rookie quarterbacks have, which is why you hear so many people say, oh, you got to get him in his rookie window, right? Got to win a Super Bowl with his rookie window, you can pay everyone. Well, Micah Parsons pointed out that 3 of the 4 remaining teams are working with quarterbacks on rookie deals and therefore surrounded by top talent. Here's Brandon Beane at the presser. This is from the 24th, so we're talking about the day before yesterday. This is Tuesday. This is the Bills GM on why the Bengals have an advantage over them.
No, they have a good team. I mean, they right now are on the advantage of a rookie quarterback contract. They had some lean years without getting too much into their build. I don't want to suck bad enough to have to get Jamar Chase. Like, he's a heck of a talent. I'd love to have him, but you gotta go through some lean years to do that. You know, they were able to get Burrow 1. I don't remember where Chase was drafted, but it was pretty high. And those guys are on their rookie deals. We're paying Stephon Diggs a pretty hefty number. We're paying Josh Allen a pretty hefty number. So there is the constraints of the cap. They have a really good team. They got some good young players.
Okay, here's what Micah Parsons tweeted after hearing that. Besides Mahomes, every team in the Final Four QB is on a rookie deal and surrounded by talent! ! Interesting take! ! I mean, I don't know how else to interpret that other than we need to draft a quarterback. He later clarified his initial tweet, or cleaned it up at least. Here's Micah Parsons' next tweet. Listen, we're not going to sit here like I'm talking about Dak. Sheed. When I get paid, I'm going to want a big contract too. Come on, stop reaching. Hold up. What could he have possibly meant?
When I get paid, I'm going to want a big contract.
In other words, like when my contract's up, I'm going to want to get paid just like that. But Key, if you send that tweet
Talk less, my man. Talk less, Micah. Talk less.
I mean, what else could he be saying? He's saying draft a quarterback. Micah Parsons is one of my favorite players in the NFL. That dude is more like LT than anyone I've seen since LT.
Well,
but come on, man.
Part of the problem with Micah's initial response was, for me, Patrick Mahomes went back to the Super Bowl after he signed his $500 million deal. So it didn't stop them from going to the Super Bowl and paying Kelsey and paying Tyreek and getting other players surrounded around them. Dak Prescott is one player that I've noticed has never complained about having other pieces around him to do his job. I've never heard him complain about that, about I'm not going to take the money, I'm not going to do this because I need other players around me. He's been able to do whatever he's been able to do because they've had some players around him that's been able to help at times get it done, elite players, Pro Bowl players.